I am Arturo Flores, chef here at Prasad Foods. Prasad means blessed food. We feel we're blessed in being able to do and follow our passion and bring this blessing, this work, this labor of love to you. Produce the finest quality food that we can produce.
Hola, yo soy Lupita Salazar y represento Prasad Foods. Yo soy consejera nutricional naturista y doy clases y consultas, y esta es una oportunidad perfecta para introducir esos alimentos que son ricos, frescos y saludables.
Arturo, why don't you tell us how you got started?
Okay.
Sí, yo también.
Sí.
A long time ago, I was 18 years old, and I was going to school in Houston, and I could study for 2 hours at a time. I thought that was a lot to be able to sit there and study for 2 hours. Well, there was my roommate. He could do 10 hours or 12 hours. And every time I would eat, I was an athlete, and I was a poor college student just working, and I would eat chicken and potatoes. That was my dad. And every time he'd see me eating, he would say, "You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself." Well, then one day he threw a book down, and it was a mucus diet healing system, an old vegan treatise book written by a German in 1922, and it changed my life. And that's what he was, a vegan. So I just changed my diet from one day to the next, and it changed my life. You have clearer thoughts when you eat cleaner food. Basically you have a cleaner body. You got to take care of your body first. And I would exercise and everything like that, but if you don't eat clean, put it in the high octane fuel, you're not going to have fuel for your brain. Your brain runs mostly, first of all, on oxygen, after that on glucose. That I learned. So when you eat clean food, it breaks down into these clean substances. And if you eat junk food or production-based food or food that's not even natural, then it doesn't break down to good things, and it just clogs up the system, and that's why you have clogged minds, and clogged bodies. So, and then through her, I learned veganism, which is even better than, just being vegetarian, only because the quality eggs and quality meat are very bad. They're all shut up with hormones. These animals, they're caged, they're not healthy. So same thing with the foods, though. You got to grow them organically, because if you put sprays and stuff on the ground, it's not going to be healthy. But at least a plant, is something in its natural state, and we're more, I believe, adapted to eat plants or grains or legumes, especially fruits, and those keep us in a healthier state of mind and body. And that way, you don't have to rely so much on say, political agents to keep ourselves healthy or energetic. You have a natural energy, because in this world, it's not a natural life. We're inside, and the way the work is. The natural modern stresses, but with a natural diet, it helps you. Bottom line. Yeah.
Wow. What are some of the biggest obstacles you have right now, being where we are?
In the valley? The valley is the
yeah.
culture. Our Mexican culture is not conducive necessarily for a change in diet. This diet has been originating from Mexico since the conquistadores, and it's an amalgam of different cultures in Mexico, different tribes, and that's what we have in the valley, because this was once Mexico, and in conjunction with all the other foods that have come down here, McDonald's and this and that. So it's not the best diet for health, and it's not taught in schools, it's not taught in the culture, unless somebody in the family has learned about it, which is happening now. The younger generations, the millennials, are leading the pack. This has been the year, as Lupita had said earlier, of the vegan, and because of that, the United States is really, really growing in awareness. Perhaps we're a little bit behind maybe Europe and England, but England owned India, so they got a lot of the vegetarian philosophy and gardening, but we're coming into that. The athletes, there's a brand new documentary out called The Game Changers. I highly recommend it. Game Changers.
What's awesome. It on?
It's on vegan athleticism. There's some other ones, Forks Over Knives, What the Health, that was on strictly health, the benefits of eating this for health, but this diet also benefits athletic performance, and therefore life performance.
Wow.
Yes.
I know about that.
Yes.
And so how are you combating some of those, like you said, the whole culture in Mexico and Texas, barbecue, barbacoa, like you have all this culture of just eating meat first. How do you combat that?
By creating the same foods, but using natural ingredients. So we have tacos, we have tostadas, we have steak bite tacos, we have ground beef, we have barbacoa, tamales, but it's all created with vegan ingredients. So it's a wonderful transition, say to eating the salads or just fruits, which we also do. Fruit cups, and our juices and smoothies are all, natural, a little bit more pure. But so we have all these same foods. So if you want a tamal, you can have a tamal, but it's going to be vegan tamal. If you want a taco, you can have a taco. It's going to be vegan meats. So it's still, it still has the fat content, it still has protein, but it's plant-based, plant source. So it's good on you. So it's not going to do the long-range damage, say that eating a not-so-healthy diet will tend to do.
And like this you have here, this is a tuna?
Chickpea tuna, right.
Chickpea tuna, which there's no tuna in it.
Right.
But it has that same consistency and
the
taste.
flavor, right? We use the same. Most meats are flavored with spices, herbs, vegetables anyway. So we just take that out, the dead carcass out, and put in something that, is vegetable-based or plant-based or grain-based, legume-based. Legumes are some of the most nutritious foods on the planet. We give I'll give you a comment. There was this power lifter that came out in this film I just told you about, The Game Changers. And they said, how did you become as strong as an ox or some such thing like that? And he said, well, I eat what an ox eats. An ox doesn't eat meat. Same thing with us. You don't have to do it overnight. You don't even have to do it all completely like we were talking a minute ago. But if you just include some of these foods, you include some of these benefits.
Mire, en Netflix están los documentales que él menciona. Específicamente uno que recomiendo bastante a mis pacientes es What the Hell. Uh-huh. Ahí sale al final, casi al final, un personaje, un joven, porque está joven, menos de 30 años, donde él quería aficionado al fisiculturismo y tenía luchando años y años para hacer el Ironman. Sabe que el Ironman, un reconocimiento por tener esa fuerza y ese poder y ganar los concursos y las dinámicas, y se sube a las paredes como una araña y todo, lo hace perfectamente, solamente con un año que se fue vegan. Dijo, he logrado 4 campeonatos siendo vegan. Cuando no era vegan, tomaba las mejores vitaminas, las mejores proteínas, la carne orgánica de un rancho y no lo logré. Siendo vegan tengo más fuerza, perdí peso, pero gané músculo. Y gané inteligencia porque me siento más ágil mentalmente. Y es lo que hace. Las legumbres, los granos enteros, los vegetales están llenos de vitaminas y minerales, hablando de nutrición. Aparte de que son deliciosos. Nada más, como decía él, el punto es saberlos preparar.
Claro.
Sí.
Claro. So in your, I guess at the restaurant, like how do you come up with like tamales, or how do you come up with, the pistachio burger? How do you just come up with it, or
stuff that we like? Basically, it's fairly selfish, things that we think that people might like, but stuff that we like is, we like good foods too. And when we travel, we always go to the other vegan restaurants and we get inspired by other people as well. And online, but just basically stuff that we like to eat, and we produce. And then we try to adjust that to local flavors. But since we're Mexicanos ourselves, we're part of this culture too. So we just produce more or less what everybody else is producing, but just try to put a healthier spin on it, or a healthy spin on it.
And where do you see Prasad Foods in 5 years?
We see ourselves, I think, as producing, as well as in the restaurant game, but producing foods, producing tamales, and shipping them and going online. We think that's the future. You have to keep up with technology. You can't just do brick and mortar, and we want to do that. Plus, we want to grow perhaps to other places that are more conducive to the vegan idea. Austin or San Antonio, or even elsewhere, maybe outside of Texas. I had a buddy of mine that's from Phoenix, and he says it's over there. It's just as hot as here, but there's a lot more people that like these kind of foods. But wherever the business takes us, wherever life takes us, wherever we are led to, we will serve. Also want to extend our thanks and a shout out to Steve, Shepard Walton King for giving us this opportunity to serve the wonderful people that are here, and believe me, they're all great. For a safe and secure future, we recommend you come here. There's nothing like that second to none.
Estamos muy agradecidos por la oportunidad aquí al señor Steve y esta compañía que nos ha abierto las puertas para poder ofrecer esta clase de comida, y a la vez agradecer que nos proveen un seguro para nuestro restaurante. Esta compañía es grandiosa, la recomendamos y también estamos agradecidos por la invitación.